We're actually going to be getting started with the 3x3 finals right here, right now on Speedcube Shop at the Vegas Cubing Cup Fall 2024. It's about to get electric.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Max Park is coming up to the table for his first solve in the final.
This first solve right here sets the tone for everything. So if Max Park is able to get a 5, I think he wins it all. If he gets a 7 or even a 6, it's getting dicey, and that's the thing here. All right, let's see how Max Park reacts to a 648 average in the previous round here on solve number 1 here of 3x3 finals at Vegas Cubing Cup. All right. I think he's kind of like in actually, I don't know what cross he's going to. He's always kind of confusing with it. He's going red. Dude, this is a great solve. This is what you need for Max Park. This is what you need right now. 495.
Solve 5.
All right, here we go.
Excellent solve from Max Park. Tone setter.
Dude, this is putting him miles ahead of what of Jeremy at this point. I mean, Jeremy can get a 4-2, but like in terms of an average, I don't think Jeremy can keep up with a bunch of 4s that Max can send his way. You got to understand too is that Max Park has a 486. That's NAR right now. Max Park could be on NAR watch if he keeps on getting more 4s like this.
Absolutely. We got to watch out for that. We got to get ready for this. Are you ready? Are you ready for the magic to happen? Come on. Sub 5. This is what we've been waiting for Max Park all day.
Dude, I'm interested to see what Jeremy can do on this scramble too. I mean, you know it's sub 5able. You know he has the ability to get sub 5. Let's see what Jeremy can do.
We've got
Dan Tran
coming up here.
Yep. All right, Dan Tran here. He almost beat Jeremy. Honestly, there's also like a race for second, kind of a B plot going on right now. Jeremy's going up to the other station too at this same time. All right, here goes Dan Tran looking at his puzzle right now. He's this seems like he's going for a similar cross as Max Park right now too. And not
Tran a little bit slower on it.
Yeah, that's going to be... Oh, he drops the cube.
Oh,
992. That's going to cost him there, that mistake. All right, here goes Jeremy.
Jeremy going in right now.
And he's able to get a 702. So, like, once again, he would position himself well if Max maybe had messed up that first solve and tanked his average. But right now, it looks like Max could have just serious fireworks. This could be a Max Park show from here on out, and it's going to be super fun to watch. So, you know, get out those picnic blankets to sit back and look at the sky illuminating right now. As Max Park here is on solve number 2 after a 495.
We've got a crowd getting ready for Max Park now. Let's see what this second scramble is going to be.
He's moving around a decent bit, but he's kind of locking in right now. Oh, no, he's moving back around. That's kind of sus. All right, let's see what he can do. No, locking up a bit. Oh, dude, this is atrocious a bit here on the lockups. That's not what you want to do with Max Park. 706.
7.06.
I remember that 495 is not counting, so all of a sudden Jeremy entering back in the conversation with his 7. So here's the thing. Max, he can't make mistakes because if you count a 7, this can all turn around. That's so brutal because Max just fought his way out of the rut. Got a 495 and then all of a sudden 7. And it's just like you're back to square one. And like you have to just dial in. You can't look at that. Get some 5s, get yourself out of it. Make sure you don't blow this average.
All right, we got Dan Tran coming up for solve number 2 here.
You had that 9 earlier. He's kind of out of contention unless he goes perfect. But, you know, let's see if he can do it. And honestly, this is not a terrible solve in and of itself with an A-perm to make it a 684. Now, all of a sudden, he's kind of entering in the conversation of, you know, faster second solve than Max Park. I mean, think about that for a moment. He's got a faster second solve than Max Park right now. So, you know, it is kind of based on the scramble on how you take it. And it's kind of a creative approach, you know. Some people interpret different recipes in different ways. Some add more salt, some add more vinegar. And here we go with, you know, Jeremy probably coming up here for his next solve. So let's see what he can do.
I see we're emptying the book of metaphors and similes here at the close to the end of the stream.
Dude, you gotta be flirtatious with the vernacular sometimes.
You've got to be flirtatious with the vernacular. We've just been informed that Jeremy has taken the Okay, we're getting live Fedora updates on Jeremy. This is very important. Jeremy's Fedora holds a lot of power, but it could also affect his center of gravity. I don't know. We need to see. Jeremy's coming up for solve number 2 here.
He's possible 4s. We know this, and we've been seeing faster times than Max Park on this second solve so far. So, all right, we're on to the third solve at this point. So, yeah, 7 on the second. Now we're on to the third.
Oh, we're on the third? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, this is... Oh, what a way to cancel into the last layer there. 575.
575 from Jeremy.
All right. All of a sudden, Max Park, it's your time to go. Dude, this is here. Dude, we've got ourselves a showdown right now. 3 competitors kind of positioning themselves as well. Max Park has that 4, but, you've got a 7. And, Max has to be knowing that people are getting 5s right now. I mean, you hear 5s, you hear 6s going on, and you had a 7. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary for Max Park. You've got a lot you can do with that 4, though. I mean, this can go anywhere from NAR to 3rd place. That's crazy right now. So let's see what he can do with this range.
Getting ready for his 3rd solve here.
There he goes for blue. And, he's decently fast with it. He seems to be doing a decent amount of moves. And that's going to be a 671. So here we go.
Oh, no.
All right. So all of a sudden, you got a 670 counting at this point. And you got Jeremy with a 575. And this is all of a sudden...
This is starting to heat up here.
All right. And here's the thing, Max Park's such an emotional solver. That 7 is, and 7 is 6-7. It could just keep piling on. That is so nerve-wracking if you're Max Park at this point. And don't forget, Tran has a 684. He's right around this range. If he can just kind of keep getting these high 6s, he could position himself into, potentially 1st place.
Or he could potentially be seeing a massive upset. And the Fedora is back, positioned at the desk.
Yeah, and the thing is, he can even count that 7 at this point because Max is probably going to be counting. He's counting a 6-7. So, here's the thing. If he count this 575, that's absurd. That's absurd. That's all.
We got to see if Jeremy can pull something like that off. It's going to take a lot, but he might have the opportunity to pull something off here. I thought, why do I think he was solving it?
It does look like with the lag,
the latency.
All of a sudden, here he goes, dude. This is a great. It's going to preserve into. Oh, here we go. Come on. Here we go. 608. Oh. Here we go. 608. Now, Jeremy is right now on pace to beat Max Park here at the Vegas Cubing Cup final. Oh, my goodness. He's got a counting 608 while Max Park has a counting 67. Dan Tran right now has a 684 that he can count and also be right around Max Park's range. This is absurd right now.
But Dan Tran's going to have to really come back here if he wants to stay in competition for the 1 spot.
Yep. He can't count. That 9 is such a thorn in his side. He has to avoid it, and this is not looking good.
It's not looking
He's going to
good.
have a dot case. He had the sledgehammer to save it.
Oh.
And that's going to be just an 885. He's out of the race. This is a Jeremy Max Park show at this point in the competition.
Okay, so if you're Max, you have got to pull something out here.
Well, you can count a 495. That's what you can do. You can count a 495. You always have that option if you're able to pull it off. But the thing is, he's such an emotional solver, and it's so hard to see. He gets that 7, and all of a sudden it's a 6-7, and you got to be thinking to yourself, it's all right, is he just going to get another 6 here? And that just opens the door for Jeremy. And that's something that's so crazy right now. Once again, but at the same time, you saw in the Max Shaw versus Max Park in Western Championships that Max Park was able to clutch it in the end. Max Park kind of has that flair for the dramatic. He beat Yihang by only 0.01 in the World Championship. So this could be absurd right now, as Max Park is currently counting a 6-7, while Jeremy is counting a 608. But Max Park has more options with 495, allowing him to count whatever he wants. But Jeremy could also count a 575. And you got to remember, too, Jeremy is also on PR pace because he's got a 627 as his PR. So if he gets another 5, he's then counting as 575 and a 608, which guarantees him a low 6 average already. But they could also potentially give him the opportunity for a sub 6 average, which he's thirsting for.
Look, hey, man, get your popcorn ready, America. Get ready. You're about to see an absolute dead heat. This is what cubing was made for. Competition like this down in the final 2 solves, we're seeing something electric. Max Park is going to be coming up shortly for solve number 4. He really needs to pull something through here.
All right. So once again, he's counting the 670. He can't let Jeremy get through the door. He is now opened up. He's got to get a 5-second solve here to really give himself a great chance into solve number 5. This is a kind of a crazy scramble. There's so many different like random blocks and stuff that
Ooh.
Max Park can be creative with, but it allows a different kind of options. So let's see what happens. He goes white cross here. He does a double rotation midway through. This is, I feel like, decently long, and he's locking up to a 725. All right, all of a sudden, Jeremy's wide open to upset Max Park. Dude, this is Vanderbilt versus Bama right now, and Vanderbilt is coming in
with a best possible average of 624 for Max, potentially a 7 for Max Park.
But that's counting a 495. That's the absurd part about it. Dan Tran gets a 795. He's still out of this conversation. It doesn't really matter too much he's get, but he's probably going to get around the 3rd place range. So that's something kind of lurk for Dan Tran. He's probably still fighting for the 3rd place. We don't really know what the other competitors are doing right now. But here we go.
All right, come on.
It's possible for
we might see a massive upset. Hey, I just want to say a first data came in. Soup Timmy had an 11-second average. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Timmy. Let's go, Timmy. All right. 11-second average.
Dude. Here we go. We've got freaking dude, this is crazy. We got such a great competition on our hands right now.
I didn't say it was trash tier. I didn't say that Timmy's thing.
All right, and our year of news right now is telling Soup Timmy that Rosman is trashing Soup Timmy or whatever. But it's kind of hilarious. All right, dude, the main conversation. Dylan right here, I don't think he can win it on solve 4 right now. I think. No, he can't. No, he can't. He can't win it on solve 4.
He can't win.
Dan Tran is going up for his solve. Dude, where is Jeremy? Where is Jeremy at? The fedora right now.
What was that? Why did I just hear?
I heard screamings in the background.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
somebody got a PR in the background and was getting excited. We got our game like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? But here we go. All right, Dan Tran here, vibing once again. He's trying to lock up a 3rd place spot right now. But the cubing fedora, that's the main story right now. And this is why I said Max Park is such an emotional solve for a 720 on solve 4.
That's Tran crazy. With an 868.
Dude, and this
849 average for Dan Tran.
In recent history, Max Shaw is the only one I know who's had this shot. And Max Shaw ended up,
the fedora is here. The hat is on. The jacket is on. It is time. Jeremy Bulambot for solve number 4.
He's on PR pace, but he's on Max Park pace too. And this has so many blocks all over the scramble right now.
So many blocks you would call in Minecraft.
Dude, this is...
I got the Gus Johnson calls going.
Dude, this is pretty fast too off the gate. He's a little lucky.
Ooh.
Can he get it? What is that? 624! Here we go!
624 for Jeremy.
What is this average? 602! All right, 602 p. Okay, so here's the range. There's a range right now. 645 is worst possible. So Max Park can BPA, but he's got to get a 495 or better to BPA. So Max Park got a 521 right now off stream. So 521. What is the math?
521.
What does the math come out to? A 633.
633.
So right now Jeremy has a chance, but he can't. He has to get better than a 702. That's what Jeremy needs right now. He needs to get better than a 702. So. Okay, he's got to get somewhere around like a 680. I want to say like 690
so.
maybe.
It's real close here,
dude. And once again, Max Park, he's left the door. But this is the exact situation of Max Shaw in Western Championships right now. And the main question you got to be asking is, you don't get these opportunities that often if you're Jeremy. You don't get a chance to take down the world champion in the middle of a Vegas Cubing Cup championship. So, all right, here we go. Jeremy Cass, he can get a 602 average. By the way, his PR. So he already knows he's on PR pace. And 575. He's gotten 2 5s earlier this competition too. He's got a 3rd one here. So he's perfectly get a 5. All right. He needs a 666 or better.
Oh, spooky.
To beat Max Park. Dude, this is crazy.
And here comes the fedora. A chance to win it all or a chance to take 2nd here.
Dude, Max Park is lurking right now. Oh, he's lurking. Dude, he wanted to see the time. He wanted to see it. Dude, here he goes. Here he goes. The Cubing Fedora. Dude, I wonder if Max Park just told him what he needs to get to win. That's the thing that, dude, that's a mind game? I don't know.
That would be a mind game.
We'll see what happens here.
A Michael Jordan-esque mind game potentially employed by Max Park against Jeremy here.
Who would have thought we were in this position? A very doable time from a very great up-and-coming cuber, Jeremy, right now trying to win it. Dude, this is absurd. This is absurd. Who would have thought before this competition that Max Park was going to be on the hot seat? Okay, dude, the warm-up. The one thing is that's crazy about this, though, is if he goes past a minute, it's up to judges' discretion. I think he's like rivaling a minute time right now.
He's rivaling a minute.
So he's got to get going soon here. All right, here he goes. In the final, remember, Max got a 521 on this, so it's very doable.
It's a very doable last solve here. We could see something big here from Jeremy. Jeremy going in on the solve.
Oh, he locks up there. I don't think this is it. No, it's a +2 too.
And it's
That's it.
+2.
It's over. Jeremy, Max Park hangs on. That's crazy.
Max Park is your 3x3 champion for the Vegas Cubing Cup Fall 2024. Jeremy Bulambot DNFs his final solve.
Dude,
the pressure too much for Jeremy as Max Park squeaks away with a lucky solve on his 5th attempt.
Dude,
his 5th solve.
You've got to be wondering what that interaction was between Jeremy and Max beforehand. And dude, that is absurd. That is just absurd. I mean, the thing is, like, you don't get a chance often. That's what I said, though, is that it leaves the door open for a very capable solver like Jeremy to go and steal it from Max Park. And, you know, and it was that option. It's like Max Park, he got that 4, but then he got that 7. And he was just kind of on, like, a downturn for the next 2 solves, able to get a 521. This is a very, very similar narrative to Western Championships, where he's able to get a really good last solve to put him in position to still win if the other player WPAs. And, you know, Jeremy WPA'd. And it's very unfortunate, but that's the thing. And that's what separates, you know, Max Park from a lot of people. He's able to clutch on the final solve. And that's why he's kind of the GOAT. And that's why he's a 2-time world champion, is he's able to clutch on those final solves when it matters most. And, dude, that is crazy. You can't really ask for a better thriller here on CubersLive at the Vegas Cubing Cup. Here's presented by Speedcube Shop. That was absurd.